Well, hello everybody. It's me again. Day 140, proper human diet. Staying around 95% carnivore. It's just things like seasoning and mustards on that other 5%. So I don't think I'm doing too bad. Over the holidays, I did stray a little. I know everybody has. For Thanksgiving, we had prime rib and the usual sides. I did take a teaspoon of each item, except for the meat, of course. That got the majority of my attention. For Christmas, we had ham and the usual sides then also. I just did the same thing. I did check, and even with the extras, I was able to stay in some level of ketosis. Never very high, usually 0.5 or above. But 0.5 or above is considered in ketosis, so I guess I'm good. Every once in a while, I do get up to a 1. I've never seen anything above a 1. But I'm still a ways down my journey yet, so it's to be expected. As long as I'm in, I'm good. Did get my labs done. There weren't very many surprises, unfortunately. A1C was 6, fasting glucose 85. My kidney functions are good. My liver numbers are consistent with fatty liver, which I'm not surprised I have. My trigs and HDL need work, and in general, I still need healing. But you know what? Kind of expected that. Can't expect the sins and bad choices of 40 years to be corrected in 3 or 4 months. Since this is the first time I've ever had these kind of tests done, I have no real frame of reference to compare them to. I'll get them done again around 180, maybe 190 or so, day 180, 190, and see what changes turn out from there. I will say there are some other things that I hadn't mentioned in my previous videos, things that have been benefits and things that I wanted to bring up. I have talked a little bit about the fact that I actually felt brain fog now where I never felt it before. But I got to thinking about it and listening to other people talk about it. And as it turns out, that is actually kind of normal. It's hard to see the fog while you're in the fog. It's when you get out of the fog that you notice, hey, that's kind of foggy. While you're in it, you just think things are kind of normal and that's just the way it is. And then as you get out of it, you start to notice, oh, wait a minute, things are different. It's not the way I thought it was. So I am noticing that. I think upping my level of electrolytes and those types of things have made a difference. I also I'm making more of a point of including all the fats in all the meats that I eat and also including extras. I think that may be having some positive effects also. For a while there, I didn't really like the taste of fats. And as I said before, I didn't really like the taste of steak. But I happened to mention it to my wife, and she has a history of managing restaurants and steakhouses and things like that. So I guess I maybe should have said something sooner. But she offered some suggestions and changes in ways I could prepare my food, and it's made a big difference. So I do notice that I get more enjoyment from the steaks and things like that. And the fat is really tasty now. So, but I have included, some onion powder, garlic powder, that kind of thing, occasionally, depending on the cut of the meat and how I'm cooking it. Still doing all the salt, Redmond salt, that kind of thing, but I have included a few other items along the way. Mustard's my big one. Like if I make hamburgers or something like that, I'll put a little bit of mustard on the side and use that like a dip for hamburger patties. It's pretty good and it's pretty clean as far as things go. So we'll buy it for now and see if I can't transition out of it as time goes on. Some things I wanted to mention also that I noticed. We were mentioned previously about clothes fitting differently, and how about completely falling off? I hadn't mentioned it, hadn't really thought about it till today when I was thinking about stuff I wanted to talk about. I had been pruning one of the trees out in the backyard, and I reached up to get a high branch, and whoop, there goes my pants down around my ankles. So yeah, of course, luckily it was the backyard and not the front yard. And nobody needs to see that. But guess it was time to put another hole in the belt. So, and in actuality, I ended up putting, not only did I put a hole in that belt, but I ended up having to cut off like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of excess belt because it was like wrapping all the way around and back behind. So at least that isn't flapping into breeze anymore. What was some of the other things? Oh, my shoes. I have to wear steel toes at work. And I hadn't really paid any attention, but the other day when I went to put them on, they were kind of loose. My foot was kind of moving around inside there, and I had to really cinch them up. And actually, you know, after the shoelaces sit in a particular spot for a while, they kind of get worn in that area. And I had to move them around a little bit, get them out of that spot so I could actually tighten them up on my foot, so my foot wasn't moving around so much. That wouldn't have been a good thing. End up twisting an ankle just because my foot's sliding around in my shoe. Not that I would twist an ankle, but you never know. What are some of the other things that I noticed? Oh, it was kind of a embarrassing one, but I was taking a shower the other day, and I just reached back, and by God, I can scrub my back. I can actually reach every part of my back without using the long-handled scrub brush. I mean, I can actually just I use one of those exfoliating pads, and I can reach. And for some people that wouldn't be a big deal, but for people like me, I haven't done that. I don't ever remember ever doing that. As far back as I can remember. I mean, my memory's a little spotty because of misspent youth, but I can't remember that. And now I'm doing it like I have always done it. You know, it's like tying my shoes and picking stuff off the floor. I don't even think about it anymore. I used to have to think, okay, where am I going to brace myself? How am I going to get back up again? You know, what do I have to, logistically think about getting down on the floor to get something picked up? And the other day we went to lunch. I dropped something off my my molcajete that I was eating. Fell on the floor. I just bent right over and picked it up and not even a second thought. It's like, who the heck is this guy? And why does he look like me? It's hard to get used to. But I will. I swear I'll figure out a way to get used to it. What are some other things? The other thing I'm working on this month is I'm going to start incorporating some intentional exercise. You know, going for walks and doing stand-up sit-downs, something that Dr. Barry and Nisha talk about. Because I sit most of the day working. So making a point of getting up and down, moving around a little bit, every half hour or so just to make a point out of it. Probably a good thing. The other day, Amazon delivered me my bar and resistance bands. So I have been starting to work with those a little bit, looking for some videos on YouTube and some inspiration from others as to the right way to get started with that kind of thing. I used to do Power 90 a long time ago. It's the little brother or little sister, if you will, to X90. They have, for people who aren't ready for PX90, they have what's called Power 90, which is the little brother. It's, the exercises aren't as intense. The reps aren't as long. The different exercises are shorter in span, easier to digest The idea is once you get through that, then you could possibly progress into the next stage. I hadn't done that in forever. So that thought's been going through my mind about maybe getting back into doing some of that kind of thing too. Now that I'm not tired all the time, and now that it doesn't tire me out to do stuff, maybe it's a good thing, I start doing that kind of stuff. But until then, I've got my resistance bands and walking. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing some intentional walking. So we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, even though Georgia isn't normally very cold, it's been rather chilly the last week or so. So it's been kind of tough to get out there. But at least I'm going down to the corner and back, so that's something. What else has been going on? So we talked about the labs and we talked about exercise. I did want to mention a few people, a few different channels and stuff. Dante Ferrigno Freedom, kind of who got me started on this whole thing. I have mentioned it in the past. I know just by pure providence, trying to find out stuff about an air fryer, I find out about carnivore. And from there, I find Dr. Barry and the Proper Human Diet, and then I find Carrie at Homestead How, and how well things are going for him, and how great the sticking to the carnivore is working for him. It's just inspirational. And then a few other people that are inspiring me, and I'm hoping I help them too, is people like Bill Knott up in Alaska. He's having some health issues right now related to things that are showing up now that his body is trying to heal. And, so my hope and prayers go out to him. And, there's a couple people that have subscribed to my channel. I think I'm up to 10, maybe 15 subscribers now, which is amazing as far as I'm concerned. That's wonderful. And, I hope every one of them is doing well on their journey. And, if they have any challenges or need any, moral support, I'm here. Before I go, I did want to say, if you have any questions or any comments, please post them. It's not like I've got thousands of subscribers. I can read everybody's posts, and I do. I comment where I can. I try to offer help and suggestions where I can. So please, if you have anything, comments or questions, go ahead and post them. That's about it for now. I really can't think of anything else I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, maybe somebody will offer some ideas and things I can bring into the next video. And maybe I'll try not to be 40 days, 50 days to the next time. Try and get them in a little quicker. But there really wasn't a whole lot coming up until after the labs came in, and then, we had Christmas and everything. It's kind of funny, with the weight loss and the changes in lifestyle and everything. It's one of those few times at Christmas where you actually are happy to get clothes. I did get a new belt, so now I have a belt that I don't have to punch holes in. And I got new pants for work, and it's nice. I really like it. I got some shirts I can wear, different t-shirts and things that are a little appropriate as far as size goes. And other than that, just, be kind to each other. Do a good thing when you get a chance. Talk to you guys later.